Well, good morning and welcome to Fishing with CJ. Back out on the sea again. And today I'm joined by my good friend Steve, who you will know if you watched any of the Tony's Tackle sea fishing channel. If you haven't subscribed or checked that channel out, I would urge you to do it. It's a very good channel, and I know it's a very good channel because I make it. Yeah, we're out to sea. Well, we're going out to sea, just leaving the harbour now, and I will put the camera back on when things start to happen. First thing, it is a competition today. The comp doesn't start till 10 o'clock, so we have got a bit of time, which means that we can go off and see if we can't load the boat up with mackerel, because the target species today are toothsome critters that do like a bit of fresh mackerel, so we do need to catch a few. I mean, I have got a little bit of frozen, but fresh is always best. So, no more ado, catch you when we get out there. Right, so we're out and we're trying to get some bait. Steve, hopefully, he's going to fill the boat up with bait while I'm still tackling up. If we don't get anything along here, we'll go out to the waste pipe. Let's have a listen to the sound and see if there's anything underneath us. Well, there's fish under us. Yeah. At 10 feet down. But there's like miniature sand eels everywhere, all the way along the south coast. And I was talking to someone in Cornwall about it, and their theory is that the gannets have been decimated by an avian flu, and it's really impacted upon some of the fish that they would routinely be eating.
Well, sand eels have been in such a short supply for so long.
Yeah.
I think somebody's managed to, no, they're fishing on the end of the arm.
Yeah, I know, they bring ladders and climb up there. They're not allowed to.
Too far for the people to tell them off.
Well, exactly. They'll call me up on the radio and bollock me for fishing in the mouth, but they're all fishing in the harbour, which is just as illegal. An oily slick on the water there. I always fancy that when mackerel are feeding on small fish, they crack a lot of oil out. Going to move it where that slick is.
Okay. Hey, radio, this is Dave at Contagious, so we're okay to leave the harbour, over.
You in?
Yep. Contagious, you have good morning, this is all clear for you to leave. Thank you, out.
It's one of our club boats here behind us.
Yeah. I used to be in the New Haven Boatmen's Association.
All right.
I don't think I was in the...
New Haven Deep Sea Anglers.
Yeah, I don't think I ever joined that, because they mainly ran from Denton Island.
Well, they've got two locations. They've got Denton Island for the boats of this size, and then Piddinghoe for the bigger boats like that. These are a bit too big to be on the island. I mean, the benefit of being at Denton Island is your boat's out of the water, so you know, I couldn't believe how much. Because I've always had a boat that's out of the water, I've never really been that worried about fouling.
No,
Jesus, in a week.
Don't take long.
This boat, you know, it didn't much through the winter or from April. The last month, it just turned into a forest.
Yep.
There's whole populations of creatures living on my boat.
Big stars on up to BPS, good morning.
Go loads of fish down there. Big
Yeah, I
pots
know.
of fish.
I know. Some on the bottom and some on the...
Yeah.
Essex Star Southampton DPS confirmed you may
You can
drop
see
your
how
anchor.
you can see how Jig's working on the sounder as well.
Anchorage.
Yeah.
Keep good listening watch on channel 12 now, please. And call DPS again when you pass the nav tower, over.
Look at this. Yeah, under us now.
Yeah, I used to wash the boat off twice a year and anti-foul it once a year.
Yeah.
One of those little wooden blocks, or large wooden blocks, down the side of the big jetty.
Yeah.
I only got small feathers on, so even if they're small...
Well, that's what I mean. Sabikis are the best.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah. So it might just be clouds of bait fish.
Yeah.
This is how it was the other day. It was just ridiculous. I was getting all these soundings on it. I mean, this sounder, when you're fishing in shallow water, you can see your lure, you can also see the feathers.
Yeah, you can see where we're jigging there.
Yeah. Right, we'll go out to the sewer pipe, because as I say,
Okay.
Ben might say he was out there yesterday and there were sort of loads holding over it.
Where's the sewer pipe? Off of Brighton?
Sorry?
Sewer
No,
pipe.
there's one right here.
Oh, one out here.
No, I'm not going to go all the way down there.
Yeah.
What time is it, Steve?
Hang on. I'll tell you. 9:15.
Okay, cool. Steve is filling up the bait bucket, which is good to see. While I'm filling up the bait bucket with water because the pump that I installed isn't working.
Saving anything from in the water. Well, at least my feathers work.
Yeah. Starting to doubt mine now. Come on, macaroons. At least we've got some fresh bait anyway.
Yep.
It's kind of near to that buoy, wasn't it? Let's get a bit closer to the buoy.
Yep.
Bring it up and hold it.
There's a handle inside your live bait well. Does that need to be? Is that the drain or?
No, yeah, there's a tap on it, but there's a tap on the outside tapping in, but it's in line, so it's it's open. Oh, look at that!
We're very close to that buoy.
Yeah, it's all right. Got it.
Oh, another load coming.
Yeah.
Seem to be extremely shallow.
I'm wondering if they're not the bait fish. They're
Oh, well, that may be the case because getting nothing.
No. And if there's that much, if the bait fish is that prolific,
Why would they go? Why would they go for artificials?
and they're not that hungry. You know, they're probably gorged. When we gut these, we find they're full of small fish.
Yeah.
I say the theory is that all the gannets down the western approaches have all gone.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't just be the gannets, it'd be lots of other birds, guillemots and razorbills.
Well, it's quite funny because that's all I've ever found in Pevensey dead on the beach is gannets.
Yeah.
Oh, and what was the other one I found? It was a white one, I can't remember. I've got a picture of one.
What, kittiwake or something like that? Or?
No, it was bigger than that.
Okay.
It was like a gannet but white.
Well, gannets are white.
Oh yes, cormorants that are black, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's a gannet you found, and cormorants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a dead gannet on the beach.
I think you filmed it actually.
Yeah, I
while
did.
was there.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of those.
But I mean, they're showing pictures of the gannet colonies on Bass Rock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and like last year they were shoulder to shoulder, and now there's hardly any.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for them because I think they're a wonderful bird.
No, I do.
I'm pleased that the sand eels have managed to be able to make a return.
Yeah.
Sand eels are getting so hard to get.
No, that's right.
Now, when I used to fish out of Dartmouth a lot, I used to drive around to Tingmouth for 5 o'clock in the morning, and all the sand eel netters would be coming in, and we'd fill your cool box up with wet towels, layer them in, and drive back to Dartmouth as fast as you could to get them into the live bait well.
I went down to Teignmouth and bought a tank full. I've got a big bongo with an aerator in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And I got a stone of sand eels. And I kept them I had a tank set up down in my basement with pumps and everything like that, and chillers and all sorts of things. I kept them for 10 months. I mean, they were getting a bit skinny by the end because I don't know what they eat. And then I went down one day in the basement. I thought, that's unusual. It's quiet down here. Why is it quiet? Oh, the pumps packed up.
Ah, dear.
And they're all dead. But you have to use coral sand. So the sand was the most expensive part of the thing. And you never saw them. The tank was empty as far as you knew, but they weren't.
They were all in the sand.
They're in the sand, yeah. Right, might head back into where all the boats are and go and
Yep.
chat to a few. Right, so we're going to head back down to where all the boats are forming up for the competition and get ready for a start. Of course, as soon as we start steaming, there's fish showing up underneath us now. And like, you know, little patches of them. Right, 2 minutes to comp start time. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a last chat in with the boats. Have a word with Nigel, see where he's going. He won't tell me, I know. And speak to Dave, see what they're doing. But stand by for the hooter any minute now. Morning, young man. All right, mate. What are you planning to do today then? Oh, what the cod bank, or the cod banks, or the turbot bank, the ones that's in the shipping lane.
Where?
The ones that are in the shipping lane.
Just this side of it.
Okay, just be aware there is fog forecast, so there's fog forecast.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Yeah, so just be. I mean, when the weather, you know, as the weather goes through, you might suddenly lose your visibility. So you just need to be aware of that. Yeah. But it's all right at the moment.
Wind-wise, we should be all right.
Oh yeah, there's no wind.
Yeah,
it's
no
just
wind.
thunderstorms, is there?
No, there's a bit of rain forecast, but it's not. I'm not seeing anything saying thunderstorms. But as I say, there might be a bit of frontal fog or something come up. So just keep an eye on the.
Where are you off to today?
This is that way. About 10 miles that way. Is that the hooter?
I don't know. He's going, yeah.
I think that's the hooter. Right, so we're off. The hooters has sounded. There's boats heading off in every direction again, as usual. Bit of a bomb burst going on. Wait till we get out of the wakes and we'll give it some. There's the Maverick Boat Adventures boat going through with a water skier behind it.
Oh yeah.
Hold tight.
Yep.
That's the boat called Southern Comfort. Mark Rice's boat. Nice boat. Well, we've got out to where we want to go. There is one other boat on here at the moment. We're just going to have a couple of drifts on it, and then we will carry out our cunning plan, which anybody watching will think we're a bunch of idiots, but we're doing it for a reason. And that is to anchor down tide of the wreck, fish with baits, because last year got a lot of tope doing that. And then when the tide changes and it swings us round, we should be on the wreck in sort of pole position to have a go for some conger. So that's what we're planning. We're going to have a couple of drifts. So I'm going to have a go with this little jig, see if I can't lose it in the wreck. Steve's just tackling up a sidewinder. There's like a little flight of gannets over there, I think. It's good to see. Are they gannets or not? Might just be gulls. No, they're just gulls, But yeah, we did see a gannet on the way out, so there are some gannets around here. But as I say, in the West Country, the avian flu has almost wiped them out. So anyway, let's have another little drift. I'll put the camera on if something happens. Oh, we just had a few mackerel anyway. Right, now I always put a bead on my line above anything that I'm attaching to it. It just stops you winding a swivel into your tip ring. Mate, the main reason for it, but also when you're using a French boom like I'm going to use in a minute, it gives you something to wind around the French broom, so it just makes it a little bit more precise and easier to adjust. So there's the bead that's on. The knot I always use on braid for attaching swivels and hooks and what have you is a Palomar knot. So you fold the line over. Okay, you feed the loop through the eye of whatever it is you're going to do, and then you just do a simple overhand knot, literally one twist overhand knot through, back through the loop, and then you feed the swivel, hook or whatever it is back through the loop in the line. So that goes back through that loop. And then it cinches down onto the knot. Draw out any of the loops or any bits of loose line that are around that knot, and that is it locks it in. So you've actually got two bits of line in the knot, which braid seems to favour. It's a very simple knot. It doesn't, I've never had one fail on me, and it's very easy to do. and then any excess, any bit that's left over, just trim that off. And there you go, nice neat little knot. It's a very small knot on this line, so it'll be hard to see. And then because I'm fishing with a French boom, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lead. Now I've got a mould for the leads that have this big lead eye, so you don't have to mess around with any brass rings or anything when you're moulding the lead, so it's easy. But the eye is too big to fit into a snap swivel. So all I use is a little bit of garden wire, thread that through, so twist on one end onto the lead, and then just literally put it on, twist it into place like that. Twist it around so there's no loose bits sticking out to catch line on, and there you have it. And that's as strong as any link swivel. And the final thing, which I've shown you before but I will show you again, is the French boom. Because I've got a bead on there, got a bit of loose line on this. The French boom, you lie the loop of the line, or the line through the loop of the French boom, and then you just spin the bead around 3 or 4 times, and then the bead sits nicely in that little loop that's on the French boom, so it holds it nice and central. And then if you want to undo it, it's just easy to pick up the bead and spin it around. It's very easy. So that's how I attach the French boom with the bead. Okay, and then we're going to put bream bait on here, so I'm going to put some light fluorocarbon with a small hook on it with a bit of worm, and we'll just plop that down and see if we can't pick up a bream. So that's what we're doing. So I've got a bit of an inquiry on this rod, so let's wind it. I suspect a dogfish or something of his ilk. Oh, it feels solid. Oh, might not be a dogfish. Maybe it is.
Want the net or anything?
No. I suspect it's a dogfish just on the tide. Here we go, first dog in the boat, I feel. They look like monsters when they're coming up in the water. It's a big one, when you get it close to the boat, you do like
that. Well done.
As we've already discussed, as soon as you put that rubby sack down, you are going to get dogfish. They will come homing in from all over the place, and you've got to be careful because they do try to wrap the tail around you and then take the skin off the back of your hand. There you go. Whoops. Thank you very much. He's just lost his lunch all over the deck of the boat. So there you go, first fish of the day other than mackerel, a dogfish, and we're going to send him back to the briny. And away!
You didn't kiss that one, eh?
Sorry?
You didn't kiss that one?
Oh, no, I don't kiss dogfish. No dance and no kiss for a dogfish. Just had a couple of really solid little bites on the on this one. Oh, it's still tapping and rattling, but I don't doubt it's a dogfish. I'll leave it there a little bit longer. It's not what we're hoping to see. Now I have got some of the top secret bait that everyone knows what it is, so I ought to swap over and see if we can't get any smooth hounds out here actually. They're still banging.
Oh, you've got some of that, have you?
Yeah. But that is very much a dogfish. It's got hold of the bait, it's shaking its head. The next time it gets a tug, I'll wind into it. Way now like a good one. As I say, I do think it's a dogfish. The trouble is, it's quite a strong tide running, so even a dogfish feels like something decent. Plus I've got a pound weight on it. But I do think it's a dogfish. Let's hope we're not having a dog fest today. I mean, we will catch some. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't mind catching a few, just for the interest sake of it. But you have to wonder if there's loads down there, if anything else can get to your bait. Oh well, it's gone. It was there. I think it's done a typical dogfish trick, where it has engulfed the bait, because the bait is completely gone. And then when you pull it out from behind its tonsils. So we'll get that bait back up and get it back down. Oh, that feels better.
Got it?
I've got a loop in my line here. I'm going to have to pay this out when I get it in. I don't know how I've got a loop on the line, but I have. Yeah, it's fish there. Definitely something better.
You need a net?
Yeah, might do actually. You might want to start untangling it because it's normally buried under some crap there. I think it might be a smooth hound because it looks like it's kiting across the tide, but lots of excitement. It'll be a dogfish.
Yeah. You still got the pound of lead on there?
It's I've gone down a bit. It's not so heavy. I don't think. Oh no, I think I might still have the pound of lead in it. It's not putting up a huge fight, so it might just be doggy or something like that. So look, we've got any colour. Yeah, there it is, colour. Ooh, smooth hound. Not a big one, but it's a smooth hound nonetheless.
Oh, tiny.
Yeah, I've got it.
No
But
need.
they are a pack animal. Knock the camera over. Right. Smooth hound, smooth hound. That's a start. It's a target fish. So you know what that means, don't you? So cue the music and dancing with the smooth hounds. You happy with that off the beach?
Yeah. It's on the old magic bait as well.
Yeah, on the magic secret bait. To be honest, all of my smooth hounds this year have been on that secret bait. I've not had one on the crab. But then I haven't really been fishing with the crab much. But there we go. Now he will get a kiss. And away! Woo! Excellent. Happy days. Let's get a new bait on and get it back out. This is banging and rattling. I lose track of which rod is which. This is a worm bait on here. So put the camera on, it stops. Baited that the rod that I had the smooth hand on back up and got it down there, and whilst I was doing that, this rod was banging and rattling, but seems to have gone quiet. So there's just ragworm on here. It will have got ragged off, I expect, so we'll go and check the bait. Yeah, nothing on here. So on the drop, had a fish, but I can't feel it tugging now. A bit weird. Maybe picked up a mackerel on the way down, possibly. It's certainly not a bream. There's a bream fight all the way up. juices, it ain't fighting at all. Mind you, I need a... Oh no, it's a mackerel.
All good.
Look at that.
More bait.
On the way down. Bit of bait on the way down. So we're going to try and convert you into a conger eel. And you've mullered me bait. Oh, busy, busy, busy.
Oh, nice.
On a little bit of ragworm. But am I bringing my other rod up? Because that was nodding and banging as well. Is that right? It's like, no, it's tight. Just a solid weight though, it's not actually fighting. It's not a bream for sure, because breams would have given it an account for themselves by now. Might just be a dogfish. Oh, the other rod's going as well. Oh, it's getting busy, it's getting busy. It's still going. Putting an account for itself now.
That's good.
Got some colour. It is a dogfish. Way, yoo-hoo! Hurrah! I mean, it's a dogfish, but they do put up an account on that little light rod. They've got a bend in it, but I wouldn't class it as a fight as such. See if I can just shake him off. That's it, unhooked, and away he goes. And away. Tackling that one rod, this one's banging and crashing. Nothing there, I don't think. That was a good lunging bite, but nothing on there, I think. Wrench it up and check the bait, get the other bait back down, get this one tackled up, get it back down. Ooh. How Graham Pullen fished with 7 rods off the back of his boat, God alone knows how he did that.
Oh, it just depends how the fish is.
Yeah. Yeah, bait's been sucked at. Something's had a go at this bait. But, right, I'll get the other one up and get it into the water, and then I'll tackle this one up, get that one out, and we'll be back fishing with 2 rods. So I've just got to finish off whipping this one up. It's whipped up, it's just a case of getting the pennel hook in. So, and then we'll give it a few stabs to help it leach juices. I've cut this prawn down so it's a bit smaller, so it's a bit more of a mouthful size, because the trouble with when you've got a big prawn, they come and take it by the middle, I think, and so they miss the hooks. So let's give it a few little stabs to make it bleed its juices out in the water. Be careful not to cut the elastic. Yeah, so that's bleeding juice. Let's get it down. This one looked like the more decisive bite, although nothing happening now. The other one is still knocking and rattling. Oh yeah, the other one's rattling like a good one. Oh, what to do, what to do? This looked like a bream bite, the other one looked like a smooth hound bite. We've had a smooth hound, so you don't get the bream. They're probably both dogfish, there we go. Come on. Oh, that does feel like a bream.
Does it?
It does. If it does that again on the way up, it definitely feels like a bream. Oh yeah, still going.
Do you want a net?
That should be alright.
Okay.
It's not going to be a monster. Still going, still going. Are we hoping for another dance? Might be a 2-dance trip this.
Yeah.
We've got potential for 4 dances on this trip. Although we haven't had any toke, which is a bit disappointing. It's gone a bit quiet now. I would have expected, I'm thinking more like white. Oh no, let's have a little tug bin. But, and another little tug. We'll see in a minute, we'll have colour. Oh, it's a bream. It's a nice bream. Look at that boy. You, my son, are coming home for dinner. I mean, it's not a monster, but there's plenty of meat on that fish. So I'm afraid you're going in the live bait tank and you will be coming home and I will be having you for my tea. So, here we go. Hoo-hoo! And cue some more music and oh dearie me, I don't know if I ought to stop doing that dance thing or not. Tell me what you think. Do I look like a prat? Well, I do look like a prat, I know I do. But you enjoy me looking like a prat, or do you think it's stupid? Let me know. We'll have a little poll. Those of you that want me to dance, send a thing to say you want me to dance. Those of you that don't want me to dance anymore, tell me, and we'll see at the end of this video the score, the thing that scores the most, we will go with. I get this baited up, get it back down.
Yeah, it's definitely there.
Oh, I saw the bend. I saw the bend in rod. So Steve, you know, I put the camera on and he loses the fish. It's one of those, again, unspoken rules. Yeah, the bait's been mashed up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh well, that's good though. It's a good sign.
A bit longer.
Sorry?
Should have left it a bit longer.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe the trouble is, it's one of those you'll never know.
No, no.
Steve's got a cracking bite on his rod. I've had a few interesting knocks, but they don't seem to develop into anything, so we'll keep on leaving it out there. The boat is swinging around now, so we are gradually turning around into the opposite tide. So, you know, we will be dragging the bottom a little bit, so that might be causing what some of these bites. But what you had there was definitely a fish. You got a fish on there, not?
Not at the moment. No.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have though. Unless that was you pumping your rod up and down. Something there. Ooh. Either you got it or I've got it, or we both got one on. Oh. I've got something on here as well. We might be united. We might have a double, an assist on this fish, but there's something on here putting up a hellish fight.
I haven't got a fight, I just got a wet.
Oh, I've got a fight.
It feels a bit dogfishy.
But again, it could be that we're united and it's you pumping your rod, and so every so often it feels like you're tugging, but it's actually your leg going down. Always a bit of a coincidence when 2 rods go at the same time like that.
No, I've got a dog.
You got a dog, have you? Oh right, so we are not united, and I've got a smoothhound. I have a nice spotty smoothhound, starry smoothhound. How's about that? So it's a double hookup at the same time. Woohoo!
Hey, mine's almost as big as yours, that.
Happy. I mean, again, not a monster, but the target species nonetheless. But we've already done a dance for this target species, so I won't make you suffer another dance. Funny how the fish come onto the feed at the same time like that, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll let you go if you stop struggling, and I'll hold you properly. There we go. Nice, starry smooth end. We want your grandfather or your grandmother. And away it goes. Whoa, like a scalded cat. I didn't have that camera on. Look at that. A new species for the species book. So we need to get a photograph of that for the species contest. Red gurnard.
Lovely.
One of the very most beautiful fish in the sea around here.
Yeah.
Beautiful, look at the eyes on it.
Really nice to eat as well.
Dark blue, yeah. I mean, this one's a bit too small to eat. Let's get him back. A little kiss, and away you go. And whoosh, he's down like a scalded cat. Happy days. Down, and I've got a fish on already. I don't know what it is. It feels quite solid. We were just talking about wrasse. It's not, I mean, wrasse will give you a big diving fight, so it's not, it doesn't feel like that. But, everybody else's line's going slack. Oh, my other one is actually, this line, my left hand line's gone slack. So maybe I'm bringing that up. Oh, a pouting and a place. One on one rod and one on the other, and a bit of a mess. So, a nice little place there, which was on the worm bait, I'm assuming. He swallowed that down. I think he's going to just cut him off and let him get it go with a hook. And he can digest that himself. So, nice little spotty. So let him go. Ooh, and a woo, he's away. And I've got a pouting. Of course, what the pouting do when they come up, they spin round and round and round, and he spun round and round my line and made an almighty mess. Well, you want to keep him as bait then? Yeah. You, my friend, are going to stay as conger bait. On. Like that, I think. So a nice size for conger bait into the live bait tank. And now I've got some knitting to do. Going to be a while, I think. Steve's into something with a bend in his rod.
Let go again.
Going again?
No, it's let go.
Oh, let go. Ow. Oh, in my nose. Oh well. For conger. Time for conger. Let's get this down. Now, you know that I like a light rod. But this is nothing like a light rod. It is a stand-up stick. I picked it up in Tony's tackle, pre-loved, but yeah, it's a beast. So let's see if we can't catch something that'll put a bend in it.
And there's one here too.
Yeah, scuttle, stinky scuttlefish.
Yeah. Definitely got a bit, wind has picked up and it's definitely got a little bit lumpier actually. Nothing that we can't handle. The wind, as soon as the tide changed, the wind picked up, it clouded over. We have got a bit of rain, it's definitely cloudier, but we have swung round now and we are fishing in a beautiful spot into the wreck. So let's hope we can get some of the big long slippery ones in on board. So anyway, that's what we're hoping for. I'll put the camera back on when something happens. Rattling like hell on it. So whatever was there came off, I think. Or maybe not. There was something rattling on there like mad, but it's gone. I'm hoping that it's a pouting that I've lost. I've not lost something more interesting. I'm never going to know, am I?
Steve's got a big granddaddy pout. Well, it's not even a granddaddy pout, it's kind of a daddy pout rather than a granddaddy pout. But it does mean that it proves that we're fishing in and around the wreck, which is what we want to be doing. Let's just hope we don't get plagued by pouting. Not much of a fight now, it's just weight. So, I don't know what it might be. I don't think it's anything spectacular. We have colour and we have something that's spinning, which looks remarkably like it counting. Woohoo! Bloody hell! Bloody hell!
Nice sized pout anyway.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, off the beach.
Steve's into something.
Felt like it. Definitely had a bite again.
Yeah.
Oh no, something there.
It's a pouting!
Yippee! Another one.
Big crocodile pouting. That's probably what's all fish are showing up on the
Yeah.
Let's go to another wreck. Whoops, and he's catch and release.
Yeah. It's far easier than getting pouting slime all over you.
We're giving it a good go. I think perhaps the tides were just too big for us, and when the tide turned round onto the flood, the wind was with it, and that was just too much. It was just too much. It was pulling the anchor out all the time, and then when we tried drifting a couple of wrecks, there was just no chance. We were just whistling over the wrecks. So we're going to head back. It's very steep. The sea is very sloppy, and it's a very awkward sea. It's choppy in every direction, so we can't open the boat up. It's going to take us a bit of time to get back. We've got another 7 or 8 miles to go now. We've been kind of going very slowly, picking our way through the waves. So let's end the session. Say cheerio to everyone. So say cheerio.
Cheerio.
Steve.
It's a lovely day anyway.
Yeah.
Nice to get out.
Yeah. We'll come again.
Thanks very much.
And yeah. Keep safe, keep sane, keep fishing. Catch you on the next one. If anything happens, I'll put the camera back on, but I don't think so. I'll catch you later.